Yes, friends, welcome once again to the class. Let's move on towards our next paragraph of discussion, which is this particular paragraph. Okay, from here till here, we are going to study this particular paragraph. So, organic compounds. Okay, the heading is organic compounds. This is chapter 1 going on, chapter 1 from Clayden's book, and in that chapter 1, this is particularly page number 2 is going on. Page number 1 we have already discussed in the previous 4 lectures. Now this is 5th lecture in which we will discuss this particular paragraph of page number 2. So we are going line by line in Clayden's book. Okay. So organic chemistry started as the chemistry of life. So initially when organic chemistry was in the starting years in the 1800s, in the early 1800s, when organic chemistry had just started in the early 1800s. So it began as the chemistry of life. The scientists used to think that chemistry of life is organic chemistry, and in the chemistry where life is not involved, in chemistry where life is not involved, though that was called as inorganic chemistry and physical chemistry. Okay, inorganic and physical. So scientists used to think that inorganic chemistry and physical chemistry are those branches of chemistry where life is not involved. Okay, so inorganic and physical chemistry were those fields where chemistry of life is not involved. That's what scientists used to think. Okay, so organic chemistry started as the chemistry of life, and chemistry of life is organic chemistry. That was the distinction between chemists during the early 1800s. Okay, and when that was thought to be different from the chemistry in laboratory, and at that particular time it was thought to be different from the chemistry in laboratory. So it was thought that laboratory has different principles. Laboratory has different principles, and life has different principles governing chemistry. That was the thought of chemist, which was a wrong concept. Later on, it was realized that even some organic compounds can also be synthesized in labs. Okay. Later on, it was realized that even some organic compounds can be synthesized in the labs. Later on, it came to be known. So it started as chemistry of life, and it was thought to be different from the ordinary chemistry in laboratory at that particular time. Then later on as the science progressed, then organic chemistry became the chemistry of carbon compounds. Okay, later on when science was when evolution happened in science, yeah, and in the future, it the organic chemistry was then called as chemistry of carbon compounds. Okay, instead of chemistry of life, it came to be known as the chemistry of carbon compounds, especially those found in coal. Okay, so especially those found in coal. So actually, during the fractional distillation of petrol, during the fractional fractional distillation fractional distillation of petrol. Okay, so during fractional distillation of petrol also many organic compounds were obtained. Okay, because they were in the form of fossil of living things buried millions of years ago in the earth. Okay, so inside the earth, the fossil of living things which are buried for millions of years, those convert into petroleum and coal. Okay, so later on it came to be known as chemistry of carbon compounds, and those carbon compounds, especially those which were derived from the coal or petroleum. But nowadays organic chemistry is both. But nowadays organic chemistry is both. It is also the chemistry of life, and it is also the chemistry of carbon compound. It is both nowadays. Okay, the distinction is over now. Okay, there is no distinction like chemistry of life will be studied separately and chemistry in laboratory or industry will be studied separately. There is nothing like that now. Nowadays the chemistry of life and chemistry in industry and laboratory both are interrelated nowadays. Okay, so organic chemistry is now both. It is also chemistry of life, and it is also chemistry of organic compound, the chemistry of carbon compound. So organic chemistry is both. It is the chemistry of compound formed by carbon. Yeah, organic chemistry is the chemistry of compound formed by carbon and other elements. Which are those other elements? Like oxygen. Okay, so chemistry of compound formed by carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, sometimes rarely phosphorus is also there. Okay, then chlorine, bromine, iodine, and fluorine. Okay, so these are some of the elements which participate in the formation of organic compound. These are some of the most common elements which are present in organic compounds. Okay, so this is the thing. So it is the chemistry of compound formed by carbon and other elements. So other elements are these: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so by carbon and other elements, by carbon, formed by carbon and other elements. There are limited few 10 elements are there, limited 8 to 10 elements. Those are also found. Those are also found along with carbon in organic compounds. Okay. So it is the chemistry of compound formed by carbon and other elements such as are found in living things. Okay. So these particular things are also found in living things, in the product of living things. So found in living thing means in the plants and animals. Okay. In plants and animals, plants and animals. In plants and animals, these organic compounds, that is carbon compounds, are found. These carbon compounds are found in plants and animals. In the products of plants and animals, for example, fruits and vegetables are products of living things. Okay, fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables, those are the product of living things. Other example the is the product of living thing means urine also will come under this. Urine, okay, urine, stools, okay, poop, those will also come under the products of living things. Okay, and other products are also there. For example, gum, okay, gum of a tree, gum obtained from a tree. Rubber tree, gum obtained from rubber tree is also an example of product of living thing. Okay, so chemistry of compound formed by carbon and other elements such as are found in living things. Carbon and other elements, chemistry of those carbon and other elements which are found in compound formed by carbon and other elements which are found in living things and in products of living things. So found in living things, I gave you the example plants and animals, and in products of living things like urine, gum from the tree, bark of the tree, okay, fruits of the tree, vegetables of the tree, okay, in product of living thing and in living thing, okay, and wherever else carbon is found. So carbon compound might be found in other places as well, okay. So some of the organic compound might be synthesized in laboratory, okay. Some of the organic compounds might be synthesized in laboratory. So that is the meaning of wherever else carbon is found. Its meaning is like this, that we can make organic compound in laboratory as well, or industry as well. Okay, in laboratory as well and industry as well. So in these two places also some organic compounds might be found. So those are the places. So those are the places where wherever else. So if we study the compounds formed in these laboratory and industry, and if they are carbon containing compounds, if they are containing compounds, then those also come under the category of organic compound. That is the meaning. Okay. There are any if there are any carbon containing compound in laboratory and industry, if there are any carbon containing compound in laboratory and industry, those also come under the category of organic compounds. It is not necessary nowadays. It is not a necessary condition that it must be related to life. Okay, not necessarily related to life. Not necessarily related to chemistry of life. In the olden days, it was thought. In the olden days, in early 1800s, it was thought that organic chemistry is only chemistry of life. It was thought like that. But nowadays, it is not necessarily related to chemistry of life. It might be related to chemistry of life. It might be related to chemistry of life, or it might not be related to chemistry of life. Okay. So nowadays, there is no distinction. Okay. So we have successfully covered this particular paragraph from here till here. We will move on towards the next paragraph in next class. Thank you very much.